Welcome back to Did You Have To, the podcast where two bad bitches talk about anime. And here are your hosts, Kate and Nisha. Yeah! Nisha's quirk, stress ball. By internalizing her stress about the world being in chaos and crime, she converts that stress into a superpower, becoming a badass. Kate's quirk, waifu warrior. By just watching her favorite shows, she can manifest real or fictional characters into the real thing. They come to life and fight by her side. Not every character does it though. She has to find the individual really hot. Yeah!
Hey everyone, welcome back to Did You Have To? I'm Kate.
And I'm Nisha.
And we're talking about the sexiest of sexy monsters today, because of course we are, and we're doing it with Ty.
Hello.
And Aisha.
Hey y'all. Just a child just ran through the background.
Monster's child in the background.
Right.
I didn't even hear him come in.
Children got ninja feet. Ninja feet.
Children are like really quiet when they want to be.
Children are cats. That's what you're saying.
They're cats.
My theory is that like children are cats.
Noise, and so I was like, "What? Where did you come from?" Anyway, hey y'all, I'm Aisha.
Yeah, guys, why don't okay. Why don't y'all introduce yourselves, where you're from on the interwebs, and what you do? We'll start with Ty.
Yeah, so I am the editor-in-chief and founder of Uppercut, also known as Uppercut Crit, which is an indie, mostly video game site, but also sometimes other media. And we mostly focus on indie games and highlighting marginalized folks and all that kind of biz. And then I also just dabble in freelancing in games journalism in general.
So I'm just a mom on the internet who talks about manga.
Man.
Like, I mean, that's it. So yeah, I mean, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, that's my honestly, like that's what I do. I don't even know. I have podcasts.
You're so modest.
I'm like, I don't know.
I know.
I would just like to say to everybody that Aisha has worked with Viz
to
produce content.
Actually,
Right.
I have a video coming out for them in February. Like I got the okay. They were like, okay, hey, the team loved this, so it's gonna be coming out. And I was like, okay, good. That's always scary. I don't like. I mean, I love doing it. Don't let them hear me say that I like doing it. Don't rescind the contract, please, because I also like the money. Thanks. But it's just nerve-wracking because like someone else has control over, like they can tell me like if it's good or not. You know what I mean? And so I'm just like, it's just scary because someone's judging my work. I don't know. Anyway. That was awkward. Okay, yeah. That's it though. I'm just a person, a mom on the internet. It's kind of weird. Talks about weird stuff.
I need your 2021 resolution to be learning how to gas yourself up, and because you do so much cool stuff. I do want to say, Ty does amazing stuff too, and I've loved working with them on a panel before, which is dope for community building. Because their community is amazing over there at Uppercut.
I'm gonna check it out. Like I don't follow a lot of gaming stuff, but I will because you seem cool, and you're in not my home state, but I have family there, so
Thank you. We're pretty fun. I would say to a scale of 1 to fun, we're pretty fun.
So for today's topic, we as Anisha and I have talked a lot adjacently about our love of sexy monsters, and we decided that why not, with our most downloaded episode ever being our hentai episode, which Aisha was on, And our second most downloaded episode ever being our yaoi episode. That we might as well lean into the thirst and talk about our favorite sexy monsters from manga and anime.
Yay.
So there weren't too many ground rules other than they had to be monsters. And we're going to talk about the differences, the ones we love, and the gender disparity in monsters, which now really bugs me. So yeah, who wants to offer their first monster as tribute?
I mean, I'll go first. I ain't got no shame.
I have no shame, but like
it's not that I have shame, but it's I have deep fear because I'm not an anime or manga person super deeply yet.
All are welcome.
It's okay.
Here.
It's
All
okay.
are welcome here in the thirst.
If you
corner.
have watched a singular anime, you are still an anime person.
Yes.
I have. I've seen at least 10 anime.
There we go.
Oh, you're more than qualified.
Yes.
100%.
So I picked Sakuna from JJK because Kate would only allow me to have one demon because demons aren't monsters apparently.
Okay,
but
no,
anyway,
they're monsters. I was just like, these are hella human.
Oh.
just saying demons. But anyways, well, the funny thing was I realized as I was making my list, I'm like, all of these are demons, so I probably should make
Sakuna has like what 6 or 8 eyes on his face, so like it works.
It does work. And then he has a hand on it. He has a mouth on his hand. And, I think things could be done.
Oh, listen, because there's a dojo. You know what? Let me not get. Anyways, go ahead.
No, just send it to me later. If there's dojo.
Not first that specifically, but that type of monster. Anyways, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Up until this specific moment, I definitely thought that Jujutsu Kaisen was like a sports anime. So
there is a tournament art.
There is a tournament art.
I thought it was going to be about jujutsu.
No.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh.
They're like demon. They're like
you're not alone, Ty. You're not alone.
They're exorcist. So they're basically exorcists.
Jujutsu is the kind of magic that they do. And essentially, Itadori is this wholesome best boy, like Deku levels of best boy goodness, who decides to eat. So essentially, curses live in objects, and they have different power. And one of the most powerful curses are the 10 Fingers of Sakuna, who was a very, very evil demon. In order to save the people that were getting attacked, Itadori, being the best boy he is, decides to eat a whole ass finger.
Yeah, with a long nail and sharp. Just right, just a snack.
That, and he becomes Sakuna, but they're different. So like Itadori is Itadori, and he has like little kind of scars on his cheeks. And then when he turns into Sakuna is the demon that takes over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to be very specific in this thirst. It is truly the Sakuna inside of his brain. Not that I don't find that little boy attractive. He's literally 16 years old. That is a child. It's the demon that resides in his brain that does have his appearance, but his appearance of a full-grown man. And he's fine. And y'all see that picture of him sitting on that throne? That is some big energy there.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is another one where I'm like, oh, okay, I get it because it's similar. It's not the same, but I
this gif.
Oh, he got big nail.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, this is I get it. It's not for me, but I get
it. It's all for me because I'm a horse.
We can be sister wives. I'm fine with sharing him.
I feel like we should have done our usual "this is not for listening with your kids" episode.
If I'm on the episode, it's not for kids.
If you see the title of this and you're like, well, this is some family listening.
That's fair.
That's maybe on you.
Don't listen to it in the car with the kids. Just
don't add it. Go to a dark corner in your house and listen to this with your phones on. It's fine.
I don't endorse anyone under 21 interacting with me, honestly.
Listen,
yes,
I feel like that's a
Same.
good policy.
Same.
Whole other conversation, but completely correct.
Yes. But yeah, that's
Oh,
my
gosh.
man. So,
Okay.
well, demon. I don't. My
Yeah.
demon.
A D-man.
I
D
mean,
man.
D-man.
Yes, because it works on 2 levels. A double
Got
entendre.
you. I got you.
I like the double entendre.
hey,
I would just like to say to the listeners, strap in and get ready for the chaos.
It's
if you weren't
already
prepared already.
Already
it's so
here.
great.
So
I guess should we go in like a
yeah, let's go in an order.
yeah. So I guess I'll go then. And this one's also a demon, but an actual like okay, I'll show you the picture. So if I don't know how many of y'all have read Demon Boyfriend. It is a doujin that you can get through Iridori Comics. And let me see if I can share the picture. Maybe not. Anyway, I'm gonna try to do that and talk about it. But basically, Demon Boyfriend is you have this like this human guy who, and I can't remember all the details, but he summons a demon. Okay, and the demon is so he's this thick, muscular, fine ass.
That's my type. That's
Just
my type.
hey, and it's funny because the human, you would think that the human would be the I guess like the sub or whatever, the bottom, but he's very aggressive to this big demon. It's just I love it. Let's see.
I did a whole breakdown of Uke and Seme like last episode. So
yeah. Okay. So
mhm.
people know what that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ty, are you familiar with yaoi terms? Okay, so there's Uke, which is the more passive character. So it gets used for both like sexual yaoi and then like just straight like shonenai, like BL, which is the more passive character, and then Iseme is the more aggressive character. So usually that type.
Yes.
All right. I'm learning.
Okay. I'm going to put a picture.
I would like the class to know that when you type in Demon Boyfriend Itadori Comics, you just get Jujutsu Kaisen doujin.
Are you
Itadori and Sakuna.
Nah, I don't like that.
Wait. Okay, here's the picture.
Oh my god.
Wow, that man is caked to hell.
Caked. When I tell you caked, do you see that ass? Do you see it?
That ass.
Do
Yeah.
you see it? When I saw that cover, I was just like, that's my type. Right. Like, I mean, not even in real life though, because I am definitely married to a very thin, white passing indigenous man. So I'm just like, he got cake though. He do got cake though, because I like booty cheeks. But whew. So yeah, that's my first pick. I cannot remember this demon's name. We're gonna call him Cakes because y'all see it. Y'all see the cakes.
I see
Cakes,
the cakes.
the demon boyfriend.
That is some devil food layer cake.
Yes. So so good. So yeah, that's my first pick.
We're coming in hot.
Yes. Y'all weren't ready.
Nah, I'm here for it.
All right, Ty, since we're going this way.
Yes. Okay. I guess my first one is Lust from, I almost said My Hero Academia. That's not correct.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. There's an M and an A in both. I can't read. Yeah, she's just, I mean, she basically is just like a lady, but she's got real pointy fingers. So She does a lot of murders, which I'm into. So
I would say when I saw the gif of the Resident Evil lady with her hand and the nails, I was like, lust flashbacks, yes.
I was like, I like this because it's like Lust, but it's scarier, and I'm very much here for that.
Yes. Oh, I feel like Lust was also an awakening for so many people. Full Metal Alchemist was like one of those like first time mangas for a lot of folks. Or animes.
Yeah, it was one of my first like animes that I like really remember. And I was like, damn. But yeah, she's just hot, and I like. I don't like her story in Brotherhood. I don't like how they do the homunculi in that. But I like the original anime version of Lust.
Yeah. I love her. I love her, and I love cosplayers of her. Like the Lust cosplayers go all the fuck out.
I'm
like
just really here for cosplayers. Just a lot of them doing the Lord's work.
Just you know
I
what?
appreciate
Just wear as little clothes as possible, please. I mean, I know that we shouldn't. As a woman, I probably shouldn't be objectifying women, but let's not forget that I'm also bisexual and very attracted to.
I feel like
women,
it also feels like empowerment.
So there's because I've had this conversation. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, when I went to PAX East in 2019, I saw a perfect Bayonetta cosplayer, and I literally fell down.
Oh,
I'm not joking. I truly tripped immediately after.
Oh, I feel like that's like a badge of honor for a cosplayer to make somebody fall around you.
I bled. I bled for her.
I have a new goal in life. Okay.
So I don't know this monster lady's name, but in an attempt to not make all my monsters dudes, I found this beautiful spider lady. Because if you have seen me on Twitter ever talk about the Clone Wars, I'm literally just talking about sexy Darth Maul daddy spider legs.
And checks out. That is correct.
And this is
it's like what if Darth Maul was white and just stacked?
Yes. And this is a sexy spider lady from Monster Girl or Monster Musume.
Okay.
No idea what her name is, but she's gorgeous, and I have about 7 photos of her saved on my computer now. So thank you, internet.
I mean, that's fair.
I have nothing other to say about her, but for some reason I enjoy arachnids and hot people, which is a weird thing. Like, I don't necessarily understand why
Kate,
my brain is like...
No, you're right. Because most, like, if you look at video games... Hello, I am the video game monster fucker.
Yes.
Like, every time if you're like, hey, video gamers, tell me about a sexy monster lady. They're all spider ladies. Because that's all that fucking game designers apparently are horny for. It's spider ladies. It's all spider ladies. It's the Dark Souls lady.
You're not wrong.
She's the fucking spider lady. The mother is not technically a spider lady. She's more of like an octopus, but it's like similar. She's got a gross mouth situation. There's like, I don't remember. There's a lot of spider ladies. There's like one in League. There's a lot of spider ladies.
There are a lot of spider ladies.
So like your brain is correct, apparently. Apparently there is like a human inclination towards spider ladies.
I love that it is now normalized.
This is my grad school thesis. It's fucking spider ladies.
We have already given out PhDs in hymnology on this podcast. So
hello, I have a PhD in spider ladies.
Yes.
That's an elective.
But yes, I like spider ladies.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, she's hot. I think of the I guess she's a spider lady from, I don't know, it's not manga, but Saga. I think there's a spider lady in that one.
Oh, you know what else?
Lady.
They turned the Lord of the Rings spider into a lady in the Mordor game.
What?
Yes, they did.
I don't know why. Her name is like Shalab, right? And they were like, what if we gave this spider titties?
Oh my god, they're just passing out. They need to give me.
I don't know
I'll be a spider lady if they're giving out titties.
I don't even know if there was a canonical reason for it. She was just like a weird shapeshifter for some reason.
Huh.
I will say this: if we do one of those tweets, it's mangaka and game designers. Let's give it titties.
Oh,
That's-
we should do that.
That's the tweet.
That's
That's
also
it.
Spider
That's
Ladies.
the tweet.
Yeah, Spider Ladies.
Because isn't there a new anime out that's called like So I'm a Spider, So What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but
An
she is an
isekai.
This is an
actual,
actual spider.
Yeah.
like a little baby spider, like a little chibi baby spider.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying there's a lot of lady to spider things happening in
There's
the
a spider lady
genre.
in a Clamp series. I can't remember if it's Holic or Drug and Drop, Legal Drug, one of those. But yeah, there's spider ladies in manga.
I would
People
just
love
ask,
a spider lady.
I would ask everybody to just Google spider lady and see what comes up because this is a lot of them.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't even want
A
that
lot
in
of
my
I don't even know if
See,
I want
can't have
to.
that in my search history
No.
because no one will believe that I was told to search it and not that I was just doing
I
that.
wonder if it's just something like because
So-
there just has to be something sexual connected to it.
I
'cause, like
think-
maybe it's just like how the
I think
females
it's the
eat
predators.
males.
If you want to get really into it, I think it's the predatory thing, number one.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Number
mhm,
two, I think it's because they're a good centaur animal.
Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna
Ah.
say because it has a big bottom. It's like a
Yeah,
big butt.
But I think that makes
Yeah.
you a good centaur animal.
Yeah,
You got
that's
that. They
fair.
got the
That is
good
very true.
torso to like ass ratio.
That is very,
Yeah.
very true. Mm-hmm. Huh.
Centaurs have good torso to ass ratio. I will say though,
You do.
as we're recording this, my husband watched the ESO like updates and stuff.
Mhm.
And one of the things is that they're bringing back Dagon from Oblivion, which is an Elder Scrolls character. He's a giant, buff, thick red monster man with like horns and things. And he sent me a picture of it and was like, "Will you play now?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yep, you know how to get me here."
Kate, before you say yes, you should maybe find out how much content you have to get through to get to that.
So I am technically level 440. Like I played a lot before.
Still, this is starting to sound like
You're
a
fair.
Destiny situation where they're like, "Oh, it's fine. You can get in. It's not a big deal." And then like you Google one thing and it's like, "Here's how to get into Destiny in 2021." And then it's like 12 things and like a DLC that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, he was a hot red man. And
Listen, I
thought
support
of
you,
it.
but I just feel like
Yeah.
you can do a Goog.
back to Nisha, who is monster offering number 2.
Oh gosh.
So I'm just gonna get this one out the way because I know Kate's
Okay.
gonna call me a furry.
Ma'am,
It's
you
okay.
have presented multiple furries in different.
Just saying, they draw them with human bodies. I stick in that lane with the anime people, like the boys with the cat ears, or in this case, Cayman from Dorohedoro.
Nisha, I'm not gonna judge you because I've been dragged for thirsting for Legoshi.
I'm
Not only
not going to
be-
drag anybody for thirsting for Legoshi.
Right? No,
Like,
no, that
I have
makes
been
sense.
dragged, and then of course people are like, "Well, he's 17," and I'm like, "He's a fucking wolf." Like, he's a wolf. Okay, I don't know anyone that's 17 that looks like a jacked wolf. Like, leave me alone. Legoshi's hot.
Well,
So,
yeah, Kate.
no, go ahead.
Oh,
So
I know this lizard man.
yes, he is a lizard man.
Wait,
it is-
a lizard.
It's not. I ignore everything. The shoulders up thing. You can put a bag over that.
No, I'd still.
He's a himbo, and he got big broad shoulders, and he's tall, and he just wants to find whoever took his face.
What?
I like a man with goals. Simple.
Explain the face taking.
So his face was stolen, or I should say rather his head was stolen, and he was cursed by
Okay,
a
so
wizard.
is he a lizard the
No.
rest of his okay,
No,
so
not the
he-
rest of him.
Oh, so just his head.
Yup. I cheated and I snuck one more.
Okay. I think you could read my facial expression because I was just like,
Yes,
Now-
I cheated. I found a loophole in Kate's plan because I'm going to say that he's a wizard So, and are witches not monsters, technically? Yes. So then are wizards not monsters? Yes.
In this essay, I will.
In this essay, I will prove that this man is a monster and he is a hot monster.
It's fine. I mean,
It's fine. He's tall, he's broad, he's thick. I expect nothing less from you.
yes.
Yeah.
I
He's
also
thick.
am very attracted to Cayman, so it's fine.
There's like a shirtless
Oh,
episode.
okay.
Honestly,
His name is Cayman.
He's like an
Cayman.
He's an
alligator.
alligator.
he's very
Aisha
sweet.
and I just
though.
having that realization like together. at the same time.
He's just a sweet himbo who bites people's faces to find out if they took his head. Go watch it on Netflix.
Okay.
This
There is
episode should
also-
have been. They should have paid me to say
Oh
that.
gosh, I forgot her name, but there is also tall buff lady who I love.
Oh, her. Yeah, I love her arms. I want her to hold me
Her arms.
and just rock me back and forth.
You know what? I do love a strong ladies.
I love a strong lady in a ship, like
like a pirate.
No.
Oh, like in a ship.
Like in a ship. Like an actual relationship dynamic ship. But sure, buff woman on a pirate ship. That could work too.
I've played Sea of Thieves.
I was just gonna go with it. I was just gonna keep going with it. Like, yeah, sure, pirate ship.
I play Genshin Impact, and I was thinking about pirate lady. Anyway, okay. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, like a ship, like a
like a
Like
ship
fan,
dynamic.
like fan fiction.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oof. Okay. Okay.
Oh wow. That's-
Oh. Whew. Oh my
Why
gosh.
does that man have a turkey on his head?
Oh yes, this woman. Oh.
Guy.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
Sick. good.
yeah, that is
Is
that
he
a
also
turkey or a
wearing
chicken?
full length oven mitt.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
What is
See, you're
this?
intrigued, so y'all
This
should
is
watch
Doro
it.
Hedoro on
Mhm.
Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Somebody else
okay.
told me to watch it because of that lady.
she is
so-
very
I love her.
yeah.
They didn't tell me if as a thirst thing, but I was talking about how I wanted to see like any media where big titty characters like were not a joke. And
right.
somebody
And
was like, that lady's like pretty good. And I was like, okay.
she looks great. And I like that she's just like big all around. You know what I mean? Like look
Mhm.
at her. She is jacked and I
Yeah.
really
Okay.
love
Follow
that.
up turkey question. Does the turkey have abs?
It looks like it does. What is this show?
Honestly, you're gonna get 5 episodes in and still ask that question.
Like, and I like weird stuff, so
It's
I'm not
weird.
judging.
It's good weird.
But
It's real.
So I think you
weird.
will like it.
yeah, I'm just that turkey has abs, like,
Yeah.
and it's on
Okay.
his face though, like it's on his head, like
A lot of
It's
them
also
wear
the
masks.
entirety of the turkey.
yeah.
Like the whole turkey is taken up by abs.
I mean,
And
I
I'm
don't know
just-
why it has abs, honestly. It's not integral to the plot.
Yeah,
Monster.
I think that, I don't know if that's better or worse, that it's not at all important. It was
You'll
just a
see
design
once you start watching.
choice.
But
oh my
That
gosh.
was just a stylistic decision.
So I guess next monster, as Kate said, I'm going to keep in like just I wanted to also try to find a lady, monster. It is quite difficult. Unless, well, okay. Let me take that back. There are a whole series about quote unquote monster girls or whatever, but it's
Mhm.
not the same, okay? Because when I say I like monsters, I mean, first of all, you already saw my first one. I like monsters that don't look human. Like
mhm.
if I'm gonna fantasize about being fucked by a monster, I don't want it to look
Yeah.
human.
Have you
Okay.
seen my monster fucking graph?
I have not.
Infographic?
There's a graph, an
It's an im-
infographic.
Put it
There's
in the
a
chat,
reason
please.
I asked Ty to be on this episode.
We
Oh,
love
yes,
graphics
I-
here.
I am the monarch of monster fucking. In
Okay,
video
I
game
want to see
space.
this. I want to
Um,
see this because I'm
I'm thrilled.
intrigued. Because I
Sorry if
definitely
you don't. They're all video game references,
okay.
so I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
They're also all women because again, like gamers are a lot hornier for monster women, I guess.
Well,
Well,
I would like to see this list because I might play those games
Chat.
just for just
Some-
for those
some of-
women.
I'll let you know which ones. Some of them you shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Dante's
that's fine.
Inferno, no one needs to play in 2021.
Oh, actually, that been there, done that.
Oh, look, there's a spider-ish lady.
Oops, did I accidentally push a button? I sure did. Oops.
It is very much that ratio.
Oh.
It is very much the top to bottom ratio.
This,
They're a
he-
good-
this helps.
they're a good shape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being both.
It's like now I can pinpoint where I am on here because I know I'm like less than half. Like I'm not extremely monstrous unless
It's a good.
Oh,
Let me. I'll provide
Mm.
y'all with one other thing, and then
all of these will be in the show notes. Nisha will edit this to sound cohesive without these large pauses, but all of
Right,
these drafts will be in the show notes.
So I will say that this lady is not very high up on the monster fucking graph. Like she's maybe like a 2 or a 3, maybe. It's from the series Beauty and the Beast Girl, which is one of the few Yuri series that I know of personally that has a monster girl and like a monster human love story that I can think of. I'm sure there's more out there, but this is the one that I know of. And let me see if I can find, because I have the book right here. So this is her. And I can always take a picture of this and send it to you, Nisha, if you want to put it in the show notes. But
Mhm.
is she a kitty?
she's pretty cute. I actually don't know what she is. She has she has like dragon scales, and she also has a dragon tail. Like here's the cover.
Huh.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
She's like
Okay.
this. She's just a very like. She's a beastie beast, and she's quite cute. She has little horns, like here, and she has ears, kind of like a. No, I can't think of anything to compare her to, but she's cute. You know, she's cute. I don't know if sexy is quite the word I would give her, but I'm sure she could be. You know, her personality is kind of sexy, but looks wise, she's very attractive, but more cute, I think, than like
Yeah.
Mhm.
sexy, depending on your preference.
Makes
So yeah.
sense.
And it's a cute little one shot Yuri if you are into Yuri, like my gay ass is. So it's like, I mean,
So what you're saying is we're bringing you back to do a Yuri 101 episode.
you know what?
Mm.
That would be fun.
Ty, your second offering?
My second one is my last one because there's not very many monster ladies in anime because I've only read one manga and it's Haikyuu, so there are no monsters.
Yes.
No.
Um,
My
no.
volleyball
Unfortunately.
boys.
But mine is Rize Kamishiro from Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh.
I love her. I
Good
love
pick.
her to the end of the earth.
I've only seen the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, but
That's
like,
all you need to do.
That's all
it's
you
fine.
need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard the second
Wow.
season's very bad. So
Don't go. Don't do it. Don't do it.
okay.
What about the
Okay.
manga? How do you feel about the
Have you read the manga, Ty?
Mm-mm.
I own the collector's box set.
Mhm.
Tokyo Ghoul is my comfort food. I
Mhm.
know it's weird, like cannibalism. It's fine.
It's fine.
When they adapt it in the anime, the second half of it, or the second season, doesn't have as much emotion as the first half, and the manga isn't adapted that well. They also don't have as much. They kind of tone down some of the sexuality in the second half as well, in a very weird way. But the first 12 episodes of Tokyo Ghoul, since lockdown, so since March to now, I've watched that 6 times. So
Wow.
I don't know why it makes my brain go brr. Like I don't I got like it just makes me feel happy.
It's that intro
I mean,
song, which is
I liked the
great.
first season a lot. I like didn't really know what to expect, and then I watched it and I was like, oh, this is very good. I liked it a lot. So, and yeah, Rize is like, I like her just, I mean, in the one scene where she fucking tries to eat the dude, like, very good scene. Top 10.
Yes.
But two, I like how they play with like
Yeah.
her being a part of him, like as they go
Yeah.
on.
Mhm.
I think like that stuff is always kind of interesting. That's like a trope that makes my brain go burr. So I like her for a lot of reasons. Also, yeah, look at her fucking face. She's so scary.
Mhm.
I love her with all my. Also, now I feel like you have to watch Jujutsu Kaisen because that if you like that trope, it's very well done with Sakuna and Itadori. It does
Okay.
involve a heart ripping out of one of them.
Okay.
You know, I have a lot of mutuals that keep talking about that series, and I'm always like, I'm one of those like old ladies who's like, I refuse, like secretly, I refuse to watch shonen anime. Though I will not say it. I mean, I guess I've said it publicly. I'm usually very much like, I'm not gonna watch it, and then secretly later on, I do end up watching it, and I'm like, God, dang it, this is good. I hate it.
I will say, Ty, you will really appreciate how they've drawn Rize in the manga. So I dropped a picture of her in the manga.
Ooh.
It's phenomenal. So, like, since you have the Shonen Jump app, I would recommend devouring that like Rize devoured Kaneki.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Man, the world is my oyster now with this fucking app.
It's a great app.
So mine is pretty much the King of Hell equivalent. He is the Archduke J.
Ooh.
He is a demon from the yaoi manga Mad K or Mad. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's one of those things that I've always read, but
Mhm.
have never like heard anybody say out loud.
Right.
This is
Ooh.
one that I don't recommend people to read
Mhm.
if they're not okay with like arrow gore, because that's pretty much what this
Oh.
is.
Is this the one where they have to eat someone has to eat the other one or something like that? Something to do with
Yeah.
eating of
Yeah.
flesh or something. Okay,
It's
I haven't read it, but I've been curious.
The human
Mhm.
who is in that picture, the one at the bottom,
Mhm.
he starts out as human. He summons a demon and they end up having sex, but he
Mhm.
ends up having sex with only the top part of a demon in a way that I'm not going to describe because of what it is.
Mhm.
And the demon then pulls him down into hell and essentially makes him a demon because he's just like not a good person in general. And so
Mhm.
both of them are like sexy monsters in their own ways. But the art is gorgeous, and it's something that like I feel weird about because I haven't really talked about it like on anything. I follow the
Mhm.
mangaka on Twitter and stuff because then I'm like spamming our chat with this because it's just like it's gorgeous artwork.
Mhm.
Like it's phenomenally beautiful. But this is probably
Wow.
like the second most monstery monster that I'm in love with.
Mhm.
And it's just because aesthetically he's just very pleasing.
Mhm.
Well, talking about like top to bottom ratio, I don't know why, but I love like the feet, like the animal feet with like the
He has
Ah.
fucking toe beans. I've been staring at his foot this whole time because he has toe beans.
I was trying to figure that out too. I was just like, wait.
Yeah.
I honestly I like his lower half a lot.
Yeah.
And
I don't hate it. I was just like, the King of Hell has fucking
His
kitty
toes.
toes.
Yes.
like
And it's yeah, I don't know what else to say, but this was like when I first like this was the first series. This was like, oh god, I like monsters. And I actually think it's really interesting because like I am intrigued as to like why people are attracted to monsters.
Mhm.
Just because like I don't know really why I am, I'm just like, ooh, this is interesting. And I've never like not like asking to unpack it, but like I've just always kind of like felt weird, and then like I've been able to like follow a bunch more people on Twitter who are who are way more open of like, oh no, this is a sexy ass monster. I'm like, yes, I don't feel weird anymore.
Because I stay retweeting my favorite doujin artist, Nemu, who does a lot of her series, or what I will be mentioning. She like specializes in monsters. And and I'll like retweet. People are like, oh my gosh, like we forget that you're a monster fucker. And I'm like, well, time to remind you, never forget.
There is an absolute reason why I invited both of you on, because I was like, I feel seen in y'all tweets.
Yeah. Yup. And I am unashamed.
I've been wife posting about the Resident Evil lady like all week, so
I've just enjoyed all the videos of people like running away from her and then like falling like, oh no.
I got so much shit during my stream because there's like right at the end of the demo, the like blonde lady comes at you, and like they said that the demo didn't have combat, so I was like, oh, maybe I'm just supposed to die here. So I just let her do it because I thought that I couldn't like continue, because the person you're playing at too is like a little like skitty sick person. Like I was like, I don't think I can juke this vampire with a scythe. So then she ate me and I failed and everyone made fun of me. And no one believes that I'm just stupid.
I mean, I would have just wanted to see the animations of being eaten. So
I mean, it was pretty good, but I truly thought what was supposed to be happening. And then it wasn't. It really wasn't. Just in case you're wondering, you have to juke her and then run through the dining room.
I don't play Resident Evil. I don't play scary games. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Yeah,
Never been able to.
That's
if
fair.
it jumps out at me, no.
Unless it's caked up.
Unless it's caked up. Now if it's caked up.
See, the fucked up thing though is you juke the vampire lady, you like run around this table and like unlock the door that you went through hell to get this key for, and then the big lady shows up and just fucking stabs you. So it's like I'm like, so my instinct wasn't wrong. It was just preemptive, is what you're telling me. I was like, so either way, a lady was gonna kill me.
Which is fine.
No, I was happy about it. It's a good animation, but it's very good. But
okay, so I think Nisha. It comes back to me.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so let's see. Do I want to get dragged for this one? Yeah, sure. Why not? The Armored Titan.
That's okay.
Thank you. Thank you. The Armored Titan.
That's the big one, right? Like the.
I mean, not the colossal one. Which
I mean, they're all big, but
they're all big. Yeah, but the Armored Titan is the one. So of the founding,
he's the one that like runs and like gets through the wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see.
It's been a while since I've watched AOT. Oh yeah.
Yes, that.
Yeah, I'd let him hit.
Yeah.
From the back.
He can bust down my walls. But anyways, yeah, so the Armored Titan, I'm not saying specifically Reiner, but Reiner is also hot. I know everybody's got their own feelings with Attack on Titan, but I'm just saying I find this Titan to be very, very attractive because I like what? I like him tall, I like him broad, and I like him big. And is he not all those three things?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Why does Nisha always make this like she's making a case in a southern
I'm in grad school. I gotta do this. What better way to practice than my...
I do like that Nation like has an invisible PowerPoint for each one of these.
Yes.
Honestly, people joke about it when we talk about like, oh, we should do an episode like that. Like, I would love to do an episode or like a Zoom or Clubhouse thing where we just like have our little PowerPoints and like tell us why this evil person's your fave. I'm like, boom, I got you.
Yes.
So
But
I will say, you can finish talking, but I will just throw in that I have tingly feelings about Aaron Titan, so it's fine.
I don't like Aaron, so I will never, ever, ever say
I
that,
have not watched. I watched the episodes that were required for me to understand the live action movie that were
Right.
reviewed.
That
I
didn't
still
even
have
make
not
sense.
watched anything.
Oh my god,
So,
that's
like-
literally like when I watched the first season so that I could review the second fucking game.
But I have no clue.
Do you
I'm
like
sure-
Attack on Titan? And I was like, sure.
Yeah, I like them
Oh,
because
gosh.
I mean, of the Titans that hold their human form and aren't grotesque monsters that run weird, the armored Titan is probably one of the better looking ones. That's my type.
Yeah, he's pretty hot.
Mhm.
I actually, you know what? Okay, I forgot that Titan Aaron is also, he could also get it. Right. So
Huh.
I guess next monster.
Yes,
Next
please.
So
monster.
my next monster is actually, this is speaking of my favorite doujin artist, Nemu. Like I said, she is like the queen of monsters, and she put out this doujin called the Siren's Cradle.
Ooh.
So
That's Slender Man.
it is Slender Man.
That
That's-
tongue,
that-
though.
That is if Slender Man and Venom had a baby.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I should have
Slender
Venom's not an
Venom.
anime.
Listen,
Slender
when-
Venom.
Totally.
Oh my god,
Listen.
that's the creepypasta tie-in to the King in Black event going on right now at Marvel.
When I tell you,
That's
I'm
it.
just
That's the.
It
that's
is-
You're
it is-
not wrong. You are correct, and you should say
the,
it.
sym-
Ty.
the symbiote got Slenderman.
I'm just and it's so like have y'all
Is
read
this the
Lore
first time you
Olympus?
realized this?
This
I've
also
read-
gives
I've
me
I
seen
don't know that
confidence.
he's Slenderman. No, I knew it was because like she like even in the description, like they like make a like a joke, kind of like it's clear that he's supposed to be Slenderman.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny just because like both of my children are like obsessed with the Slenderman lore, you know, because like they're
Yeah.
really into like the creepy pasta stuff.
Mhm.
And so I don't, this is not what Slenderman actually looks like, but this is the way he should look. Okay.
This
and
is the way that many fan fictions have written
Yeah,
him to look.
I love it.
There is a
And
disturbing
you-
amount of Slenderman fan fiction. out there.
I
Did not know
here
that
for
existed.
it. I didn't either
Yeah,
until
don't
this.
you look into Slenderman lore and it gets a real slippery slope real quick.
I'm just, but the tongue, y'all see the tongue. Also, he's a masochist, and the lady in there is a sadist, and so there's that.
Is that why he's
dynamic.
on a leash?
Yes. And so
Okay.
she's very much like the dominant one, you know, like whatever. And he's this big, like he's like big, broad. Like you can't see it as
Mhm.
good in here, but if you like look at the actual doujin, like there's a scene where he, like the first opening scene, he's sitting there, his shoulders like take up the damn room, and I'm just like, sir, yes, you look like you can
Same.
just break me, just break me
knew
in
I liked you for a
half.
reason.
Like,
I knew I liked you for a
and
reason.
that tongue, what that tongue do? That's what I want to know. I'm like, what's that tongue do?
It does a
Ooh.
lot.
Ooh, so good. Wait, what is this?
Vendor man. Ty, please share with the class. Please.
His name he literally looks like if the Venom symbiote just fucking jumped Slenderman and went like and like
He
Eddie Brock.
does.
And like he's just got the big old Venom tongue, but
Mhm.
he's wearing the suit and he
Mhm.
kind of looks like a dick a little bit. You know how like Slender Man does? Like you kind of want to fight Slender Man a little bit because he just bench his asshole just a little bit. He kind of looks like that, but he's like shiny and black and he's like kind of stacked and like
Mm.
Vendor
All
Man.
things that are
Vendor
great.
Man.
All things
Vendor
that are
Man.
I
I
approve
like it.
Vendor Man.
great.
Going in the tongue fashion, I propose
Ooh.
Cavo, who is
Yes.
the one of the characters of the Monster and the Beast. This is the Monster and the Beast volume
and he's
3.
so precious.
The Joel, because I think like the Japanese name is Bakemono and Bakemono. So like it's like a play because like both of them are because it's a middle-aged man, and then Kavo. And so Kavo is a literal monster.
Yes.
And then Liam,
Liam,
who is the older man, he is like the beast because he is like he's extremely promiscuous. He like has really no sense of morality other than when it comes to protecting himself. And then they meet, and for two volumes, nothing really happens, like at all. And then you pick up volume 3. And the slow burn romance from this monster and this man just goes full throttle. And you get monster and man.
Yes.
And
okay.
And it's amazing, and it's really interesting for this monster's anatomy.
Yes, I was just about to say
that is a large boy.
He is
so
very
big.
large. His kind, their penises shrink.
Yes.
So they can control the size of it. That's how they're able to do it.
Isn't that convenient?
Yes.
That's how they're able to do
is
it.
animating their dicks.
Huh?
Yeah.
So Rockstar is animating their dicks.
That was good. I got that
That's very
reference
good.
just because Matt's playing that game, or my Matt is playing that game.
Yeah. Yes. So he can choose that he like there's this like it's funny because it's like this adorable scene where he's like, I'm gonna make it smaller, and then Liam's like, you have to keep making it smaller because I don't feel like dying.
Yes, I like that was the part that I was gonna mention because I just thought that was so, I don't know, I thought it was amusing.
It's weird. So like I mentioned this because like Kavo is just a buff monster man, and there's actual like then so you have like your romantic connection between them. But it's really interesting in that this is like the first like monster human like love story where like it's actually really wholesome, and even when they have sex, extremely wholesome. Like it is literally like Liam realizes that he's actually in love with Kavo this entire time, and like doesn't want to go out and have sex with a random person because he gets fulfilled by just being around Kavo, and it's adorable. And also Kavo uses his tongue to prepare Liam, and it's actually a very nicely animated panel. So
we love tongue stuff.
I apologize if anybody is made uncomfortable by me talking about
Not
this,
me.
but it's a good manga. It's a very good manga.
Wait, who is this lady?
So we're gonna talk for me.
Who is she?
Her name is Slan from Berserk.
Oh, so do I need to watch?
No, you don't. I'll just tell you. I mean, you can. I mean, I love Berserk. Do you like dark things, but they're also traumatic and sad, and heartbreaking?
It depends. Like I like this. One of my favorite series is Murciélago, which is kind of rough, but I don't know if it's the same. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's high. So I love high fantasy, and I like it's high dark fantasy. And it's just it's just really good art. I mean, I've been reading it for I don't know since I turned 18. I just know I've been reading it for a long time, but it's been around for over 20 years. Like this, it's been ongoing since like the 90s. I want to say,
right?
But anyways. And it's still ongoing and it's long, but we're not here to talk about Berserk and me being traumatized by having it being always on hiatus. But anyways, Slan is one of my favorite monster designs of a woman when it comes because I was thinking of like monster women. There's not many of them, but she comes to mind because her design is just always so interesting. Like the rib, like the whole. What's those things called when you put your...
Do you have a bone corset?
Corset, yes, a bone corset. And you just kind of... I'm like, is that made of the bones of her victims that she ate? Or is that her bones? I'm just like so enthralled. And I love how they always position her wings. Like, just like, just covering things. But then also like, I mean, it's Berserk, so you see nudity also. But she's just one... I don't know. I could just like stare at her all day because I'm like...
She is.
Is she like a Gorgon too? Because
I
like
feel like her design was inspired by the Gorgons because her hair is.
Mhm.
Her hair
I mean,
looks snaky.
it looks
Yeah.
snaky, but like at the ends of her hair, you don't see snakes, but her
Mhm.
hair moves as if it was alive. So
Right.
I like Gorgons. They're my favorite monsters.
also that
Mhm.
statue I dropped in the chat is worth $1,500.
I'm not surprised. That is gorgeous.
It's a
but
gorgeous statue. I can't
what
even
does
afford the
she-
bookends.
What does she
I
do?
right.
What's her deal?
Oh, she's
Oh,
evil.
this is-
Very, very, very evil. So there's these things called the apostles, and I don't we keep saying we'll do a berserk episode one day, but basically she is, just know she's a very, very evil lady who kills
Mm.
lots of people. I will keep it short.
Sold.
Tell
I've
me
heard a-
less. I'm
Right.
here.
Right.
I've heard a lot of people talk about Berserk. I think I've avoided it just because it is like whenever it's like a super hyped series, like a very loved
Mhm.
series that's been around for a long time, I'm always hesitant to go into it because I'm like, what if I get into this and I don't like it, and then I have to say that I don't like it? You know what I mean? And
I will say Berserk's not for everyone, and I don't hold people. I'm not one of those people who's like, you must love Berserk. It is one of the best
Mhm.
written mangas of all time. Like I'm just not that person
yeah,
because I know it's just not everybody's cup of tea. Like you
Right.
could check it out and you might like it. There's a lot of things I like about it.
Mhm.
But I don't ignore the fact that it's very graphic. There is rape and but like I will say, not all of it, but certain parts of like the rape is actually used like I think appropriately, and it's actually in how the author like dissects it and talks about it, and like being a survivor, especially with the main character who's a man who was raped earlier in his life. I think I like how like it's not used for Game of Thrones shock value,
right.
and then like, oh, they fell in love with their captor, like stuff like that. But anyways,
like in Yaoi.
I mean, that wasn't a dig at
Oh,
Yaoi. That
Yaoi.
was me calling out
I
Game
mean,
of
hey,
Thrones.
I have a whole
that's-
podcast about Yaoi, but also, woo. So, okay,
Much woo.
yes, I guess my next monster. Okay, I again going back to Nemu. So this next monster, let me get my Discord back up. I couldn't, it was hard to find a panel that wasn't explicit. I didn't want to like scar y'all, consent. So
Oops. After I just showed monster sex in my
well, no, because this is
I'm
no,
sorry.
because this is like legit like
fair,
this
that
is
was, like, a
hentai
pretty,
like that was tame, and I've already
was
read
like
that
two
series.
dudes
I've already read
sitting.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
They just sitting.
Two dudes
Like-
sitting. It's fine. They're just sitting.
Yeah. So this one is called Ninja in Love. It's also by Nemu. But the thing that makes him great is that he has mouths on his hands. And the scenes that I didn't show are very much like he's grabbing her boobs and like using his hands, his mouth hands, hand mouths on her
Mouse.
and also giving her it's great.
We've
And
gone full circle back to mouth hands.
Yes.
We did.
Yes. And so I just have to say, like, so good. Like that is a dream. Okay. Like imagine being with someone who has mouths on their hands and just the things they could do. I already like hands and I like mouths.
But Aisha, I have an important question.
Yes.
Is it on a pirate ship?
It should be, okay?
Rock the boat.
It should be a pirate.
I just feel like having extra mouths in a potential seasickness position is not great.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I would hope that the monster wasn't someone that got seasick, because that would be a
That'd be
problem,
tragic. Yeah.
right?
I'm
Mhm.
just saying, like, what if you're a land monster? That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be like a boat monster.
Yeah.
That is
You
true.
might not have sea legs. You might not have legs.
But he got mouth hands. That's all
But he
that
got
matters.
mouth hands. What the mouth hands do?
I will say this though, it is interesting when you think about what you're attracted to in media.
Mm.
Like even just thinking about like what I like, it doesn't necessarily line up with people.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fantasies, right? Like that's the
Right.
whole point.
Mhm.
Like I saw a really head ass take the other day, and I won't go into it, but I was like, you don't understand the difference between like the fantasy of like domination and violence
Yeah.
and like its practice. Like
Right. They're
Right.
two very different
yeah, they're
things.
two different
Yeah.
things. And like obviously there's nothing wrong with like wanting those kinds of things, but like
Right, of
there's
course.
a whole like thing that goes into that of like
Mhm.
talking
Right.
about it. And it's not just being like, ooh, step on me and like then they beat your
Yeah.
Right.
ass. Like that's
Right.
not how it works.
Like you have boundaries. You talk about it with your partner. There's consent.
Yes.
There's so much that goes into it. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, if Twitter has taught us anything, people don't understand that.
They really don't. They
and-
don't.
But because like going to me like with some of my like things like I said like Kate me joke about like the anime furry thing, but it's just like in real life not even a little
No.
drip, nothing. I
No.
get
Because those
nothing from
furries
that.
are not the same thing. A
It's
fursuit
not.
and
It's
a
not the same.
Tamagotchi.
Which is why I hate when people are like, "Oh, so this is what you like." I'm like, I'm not knocking people who like that, but I just
Right.
know that's not for me. Because like,
Exactly.
and guys I've dated have actually told me they listen to this podcast, so I'm very clear about no. You got to talk to me to know what I actually like. Like, don't ever go off of what you see online and on this show. So like I'm glad we're talking about that because you're right. Like there's an like Ty, I really do like your like graphic because I think it is like a good marker for someone to be like, yeah, no, I'm attracted to this, and then like okay, but applied in reality, am I still attracted to it in reality? Maybe, I don't know, but like in fantasy, it's such a different dynamic.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't summoned a demon from hell recently.
I might try. I might do that.
I'm just saying, I've read a lot of webtoons, and sometimes the demons ain't that bad.
Listen, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. So like Matt and I watched Castlevania fairly recently. We spent some time watching it, and there was a monster that came up and Matt was like, he looked at me, he was like, I already know what you're thinking. And I was like, God, get out of my head. Because I really was looking at that monster like, I think I would hop on it. Like,
if they didn't want to make the monster sexy, why would they draw them sexy? Why would they give monsters abs? Why?
Or big boobs.
Exactly.
Or big boobs. Because they do that in Castlevania.
Oh, they sure do. And
I think that's why they do the centaur ratio thing too. I think it's visually appealing.
Yeah.
It is.
Because it's still an hourglass. It's still an hourglass. It's just...
Or like you can still do the V.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's that whole manga series about monster girls, and I didn't pick anything from there because like I don't like that manga. I'm not a fan of it. But like all of them are basically monster centaur girl like high school girls on like there's even one who's like a T-Rex and like the top I'm still baffled by that one because I was like Googling, I'm like, okay, let me see if I can think of anything that I've read before. No, she didn't have little arms, but she has a big butt, a big T-Rex butt.
So what? She's like the T-Rex from Toy Story on the bottom and I'm like a girl?
Yeah, basically that's it. That's it. And then there's other ones who are like, there's a spider, there's a snake, there's like, and I'm just like, none of the men in there are drawn like this. But you can see very clearly that they do this with the female characters. Like, oh yeah, the world where all the men are normal. Like, like normal human men.
I also like think a lot of it comes from a lot of the mangaka and a lot of the folks being men who are animating or animating or drawing a lot of these like monster women, because there's like, I mean, there's just a general misunderstanding of the female anatomy most of the time anyway.
I do
Because
agree.
like when you watch, because like my next monster man is Kafka Hibino from kaiju number 8. He's a dude who turns into a monster. And like the reason I bring him up, and even like the Titans to an extent, is there's a complete understanding of how muscles work and look, and like how you make that into one. Also, this is the hottest fucking kaiju. I love this man with my god.
Not Mantis Man. What about Mantis Man? Oh wait, was that
Mantis Man.
Vigilantes?
That was from Vigilantes. But this guy's big and thick, and he turns into a full kaiju. But
so
like
he get big.
He get big.
Good. I was wondering. I was like, wait, you're calling him a kaiju, but he looks very small.
Yes,
or like man size, and I was like, I'm pretty sure kaiju were big. I think that's the whole thing with them, is that they're big.
Yes, he gets like, he turns into like, so he's not like full kaiju, but he turns into like a mini kaiju to fight full kaiju. Also his name's Kafka, which is just hilarious because Franz Kafka and turned into a cockroach. But similar premise. But the cool thing that it does, especially in color, which is why I really want this to get an anime, Mappa, please. You can see where all of his muscles get defined by like this teal underneath it. And like that is what we get when we see like men when they become monsters. Like there's so much attention to bodily detail. I'm not complaining about my spider ladies. I love them. I would love them to cradle me and other things. But like,
I want somebody to commit to making them more spidery.
Yeah.
Like, I want your eyeballs and shit.
Yes. Like there has to
mouth.
be. Yeah, like there has to be more. Like they don't go there. Like they don't even go into the uncanny. They just go boobies on spider butt.
Yeah.
Because there's like how Beastars does it with their, and I think maybe that's like the vein it needs to be in. It's like it's a spider, but a spider woman, not a spider with a woman's top. Like
Right.
Like,
or even
think of that first instead of making it a centaur first. Not that that's a bad design, just if you want to make it look more monstrous.
Or like even like taking examples for shit like the Fly. Like there's so many weird ways that you could mash up like bug parts with people parts. Like people are boring.
I think it's a lot of it. It's because like people don't want to, like, women are supposed to be pretty, even if we are monsters, you know, like there's like this expectation they have to have like all of these things that women are technically or that we're thought that we have to have. So like the big boobs and all of these things, they can be a monster, but they still have to be, I guess, sexy. Yeah, like sexy it to the general male gaze. I mean, I hate saying the male. Yes, she has to be traditionally fuckable. And it's kind of annoying because like but you know what? It's like real life though, because men in real life can be dang near ugly and still get it and still get laid, still get women's or whatever, or at least talk like they think they do. But women, we have to be like these gorgeous,
we're consistently held to a standard of perfection that isn't on other
even when we're monsters
showing, you're suddenly ugly and deemed unsexual and not desirable. But
you have some stretch marks on your booty.
Men will walk around with a beer belly and they'll be like, you ain't in shape.
Right.
I'm like, what?
And it's like, sir, your belly is bigger than my ass. The heck, like, why are you talking to me?
Put some Carmex on your lips. Brush your
Nisha, don't even get me started on that.
It's always them.
They're always ashy. They're always ashy. Put on some cocoa butter, please. God. Cut your toenails before you speak to me.
Wash your ass before you talk to me.
Get on my nerves.
Well, because I feel like Monster Women actually, and looking at your graphic, Ty, it also makes me feel like Monster Women, in the same way that women are either not necessarily I guess like they're either desirable or they're like the wretch. Like there's no really in between. It's the same thing with the monster women. Either they're extremely traditionally sexy and sexual, or they're so far into the other side of the
or they're
piece
truly void monsters from Bloodborne.
Exactly. Yes.
Like, okay, because we at some point the games industry needs to reckon with the fact that Bloodborne has a real problem with like women and like and periods anyway.
Yes.
But, like, all of the monsters in Bloodborne by and large are women. There's a whole thing there. I haven't finished it, but there's a whole thing there. But anyway. Yeah, but she's literally like a fucking H.P. Lovecraft monster. I can't remember her name. I think it's like Rom or something. That might be the spider. I don't know.
Where like I feel like if you just take like the men of monsters we just showed, it's a range.
Yes, it is. Whereas like the one, well, okay, there was another woman monster that I had thought about mentioning, but she's a freaking succubus. You know, like that's like you get like that's so basic, so like, you know, I don't know. It's just it's really frustrating.
Are you a sex demon or a spider? That's the monster that you are.
Right.
I mean,
pretty much.
That's video games too, though.
Yes. No, you're completely correct.
It's ridiculous. Like yeah, like
Shout out to the animators for The Witcher 3 though, because they made some of those vampires pretty fucking gross looking in a good way.
Yeah.
They got nasty joints. Just fucked up elbows.
Rub some tiger balm on that.
I don't think you can. They're like backwards.
But I do think as we close out the show, which was true
wait,
chaos.
I had one more.
Nisha, go.
Ooh.
Did it upload?
Yes.
Okay, so this. Let me pull back up the name.
She looks Tomy adjacent.
She does.
Yes, she does. So, okay, so this is Miwako, and this is from like a manga that's called Shigahime. So basically, Jennifer's body. Just think of Jennifer's body. She basically eats the hearts of men.
Well, we love to see it. We love to see it.
And it's usually, so like she has this familiar who's this high school boy, and he basically like gets the, like it seems like the worst people, like the bullies or whatever, to be like, yeah, there's this lady and she'll have sex with you for free. And they're like usually the abusive, dickhole, like terrible kids. And she eats their hearts.
Just their hearts?
I mean, probably some other stuff, but
I just feel like
also, yes, this cover like was also pulled me in. But like the more she doesn't, she becomes. So I wanted to hold this one off for last, and I'm glad I did because it kind of fits into what we were just talking about. Because she becomes more monstrous when she doesn't like feed for a while. So like she holds this like beautiful face and everything, like she looks pretty and everything, but like the more she goes without food, then she becomes more monstrous. So like that's how her mouth has this like big snarl and like gets bigger.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, ooh. So I started reading like the first few chapters, and I'm just like, I'm here for this. I love Jennifer's body, so
I've never
why
seen,
not?
I've never.
You should watch
I know.
it,
I should because I
phenomenal.
I watched things about it that made me want to watch that. So.
Yeah. Treat yourself with that.
I've been in love with it since it came out, and I'm happy that people realized that everybody else just burned that movie before they even gave it a chance.
Yes.
Well, people just treated Megan Fox
like and that's all. It starts with Michael Bay, and I hate that man. And I feel so bad for Megan Fox. She deserves so much better.
She
really did. They did her wrong. But I guess I should say it. Yeah. I guess the whole thing that it gives me Jennifer's body is like she's literally just eating the hearts of shithole men. Which I stand for that. I didn't want anything. It has nothing to do with like her losing, like her being attacked or anything like that. So far is what I've read, but she's basically a vampire.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I rock with that.
Also Tomy, so I thought Kate would enjoy it. Like it looks.
Yeah,
like
I was like, that looks like my girl Tomy.
Yep. But
but I
final
do think,
thoughts?
yeah, as we close out the show, anybody have final thoughts on the state of sexy monsters that you want to see, or recommendations for people to find
I
sexy
mean,
monsters?
but I honestly, my favorite place to find monster stuff is if I go on Faku or Iridori Comics. This is not sponsored by them. Listen, I'm trying to get a Faku sponsorship. Anyway, the point is that's the place to go if you want monster stuff, at least in my opinion. And I would like to see more monsters, more monster hentai.
Yeah.
Specifically. So
Nice.
It's not like anime or like manga related, but I did just read a comic called Mercy by Mirka and Dolfo, and I just got the first trade, which apparently there's gonna be more, which I'm interested to see how that's gonna work, because like the ending of the first trade seemed very much like an ending.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty, and it was a pretty solid like monster story.
That's amazing. I've seen the art for that. It's gorgeous.
really
It's from
pretty.
Boom, correct?
I think so. Let me look. Let me see if I can.
And we actually have reviews for every issue of that up on butwhythoughpodcast.com.
ooh.
Read those. They're fucking Arancia Studio. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Comics.
I don't remember what it was. I just know that we got the review copies for it.
I saw somebody like retweet it, and I saw the art, and like someone mentioned something about it being like horror, and I was like, and then I read it and I was like,
Image. It's from Image. Yeah. Also Victorian and gorgeous, and I'll drop one of the covers in there for everybody. It's beautiful.
It's
That is
really,
a
really pretty.
good recommendation.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
I would say honestly the art I think really, really does a lot of the heavy lifting for it, because I think the like actual plot line for it is maybe a little bit predictable. I think once you kind of get what's going on with it, but that doesn't make it bad. Like it's still well written, but like just the visuals on it are like very, very nice and interesting and compelling in a lot of ways.
Yeah. That's nice.
I like that.
Nice.
I'm gonna look into that.
It's good. And if you buy the trade, there's a bunch of like extra art in it too.
Oh, that's dope.
I think it's like $15. I got the digital one for like $15, I think.
That's dope.
To it for sure.
I will say my final is I want more sexy monster ladies. It's unfair to have the sexy monsters only have a giant spectrum with the men. But this is where I tell everybody to go read kaiju number 8, because despite my other things being very sexual in nature, kaiju number 8 is not. It is a shonen that is just kaiju busting, and it is perfect for Godzilla season. It's really beautiful art. It's really good. It's only 23 chapters right now on the Shonen Jump app. That's because there's a mangaka, guys, who takes breaks.
Whoa.
They take care of themselves and don't work from 2 a.m. to 11 p.m. 6 days out of the week, like Mr. Oda on One Piece.
Or Mr. Miura on Berserk. I hope that man is resting. Just want the next chapter. But anyways,
so that one does release slower, but it's really worth it. The art is gorgeous. Kafka is my boy. I love him, and I just want more people to read it, just because the cool thing about the Shonen Jump app is like that's how they're tracking like American readership and stuff, and so like that's gonna help these things do better and get, you know, anime and have longevity. So I'm trying to tell everybody to read it because it's really fun, and it's not like your traditional shonen. The same way I would say Tokyo Ghoul isn't traditional shonen, and the same way I would say that Jujutsu Kaisen isn't traditional shonen. So if you're not like huge on the shonen, it is pretty good. And I say that because I'm not even huge on the shonen. At the site, Nisha and Olive pretty much review all the shonen, and I review all of like the romance and the yaoi.
Yes.
And the horror ones. But yeah, oh my god, I should have mentioned the freaking things from Hell's Paradise.
Yeah,
Hell's
I was gonna
Paradise-
mention Junji Ito stuff, but I was like, I'm not familiar enough with it.
And also, so far what I've read from Junji Ito, I don't know if I'd want to fuck any of those things.
I know
They're
that there
always
is some
scary.
ladies, but
Homie.
Oh yeah,
Homie.
okay.
I would let her eat me.
That. How do you say it, Nisha? Double entendre.
Double entendre. A double entendre. I know that's not correct. I just
And
like
you know,
saying it that
It's
way.
great. It's great.
And
I
you know
love
what,
it.
Aisha? I would let her eat me on a ship.
You could say
would
that's
you
your
eat it
ship
on-
dynamic.
Would you eat it on a ship?
Yeah.
Um,
Nisha, just go.
Okay, so final thoughts for me. So honestly, this conversation really brought something up to me that I thought I want there to be a humanoid Godzilla. I'm putting it out into the universe. I'm just saying, Kate, don't look at me that way. I'm just saying we have kaiju, and then going through this and looking for a sexy monster man that I found attractive. I thought, you know what? What if Godzilla transformed into a human? Like,
I would fuck Godzilla as is.
I mean,
I just honestly, you're saying this, and all I can think is just putting a shirt on Godzilla.
Right? I'm just like, yeah, just put a shirt on him.
I mean, I didn't say Godzilla because he didn't qualify because, I mean, there is an anime, but that anime Godzilla, no, that's a huge ass dinosaur. But anyways, my point is, I found fan art in Dojin of Godzilla and Mothra, and I will send it to you.
Yes, please.
We now need that as an actual thing. I mean, it is a thing as a Dojin, but Godzilla looked hot as a human. They gave him locks, and he tall, and he brown skin, and he got a sword.
I really want my ass with a sword.
I don't know how that Dojin artist came to that conclusion. I'm not mad at it, but like,
my question is, as Godzilla, do you need a sword?
I think the sword is just supposed to represent his tail, honestly.
Oh, when
he's a human. This is Godzilla as a human.
I do want to give a shout out to the Tensen in Hell's Paradise Jigokuraku. They are a group of immortal beings who are neither male or female, and they change their sexual organs in order to get it on and steal life forces from whoever is around them. There are also some
I want to be that.
intensely like violent and like body horror like fight scenes between them and the people that are on their island as well. And they're real party. And there's this really gorgeous illustration of one of the Tensen as they change their form. That's just like beautifully like illustrated, and I need to read that one. I love the Tensen.
I'm intrigued. I might just read this one next.
Yeah. So I just had to give a shout out to them. I couldn't find a good picture because there aren't any out, but they're like really floral and like they're fucking extra, like as extra as it can be, and like they turn people and people's bodies into flowers to be harvested.
You know those?
That's sick as shit.
Yeah. So like if they cut you,
yes,
you immediately have flowers start growing from the cut, and your body starts.
Oh, they're like floral Komodo dragons.
Yeah. So like essentially, it starts an aborification process, which turns the host into flora. So that they can harvest the ten from their body or the tan from their body and use it to sustain their life forces.
Huh.
Very good.
I need to start this series. Oh my gosh.
Shonen Jump. It's
I
not
have
on
the
the app.
app.
You do
Oh,
have
it's
to
not on
you,
the
you
app.
do
Okay.
because it's a mature title. You can
Mhm.
only read it on the
The
on the
website?
browser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is this one called again?
Hell's Paradise.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're dope.
Well,
Anyway.
I feel like that brought us everywhere.
A very chaotic road to where
We
we are.
haven't
And I
had
think
like a
Go ahead.
no, we haven't had like a chaotic, just like fun, let's just go off the cuff episode in a while. So I think this was perfect.
Yeah, I do too. And I think we actually had some pretty cool conversations too. Like the state of monsters is very fulfilling for one gaze most of the time. But why don't y'all tell everybody where they can find y'all? And start with Aisha.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a good host.
Okay, I'll go. So you can find me at MommaLuvsManga on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also find me, well, at least I was gonna say half of me. That's not the right word. I co-host 2 other podcasts. The Yaoi Shelf, and you can find me at the Yaoi Shelf on Twitter and on YouTube, and the Yuri Cast. And you can find us there on Twitter at the Yuri Cast. And also on YouTube, but we split between our 2 channels. So yeah, that's it. That's where you can find me.
Ty?
And you can find me on Twitter at ty_GN8Rs or over on Uppercut Crit.
I just love your handle because it's Tiger.
I know, yes, I love that too.
I did the Tech Radar podcast last week, and they made me like say it out loud. I never say it, you know, like I spell it out, but I never like say it. And Gareth was like, "No, I need you to like say it," and I was like, "Tiger."
I love it.
And you can find us at DYHT_pod. If you like this thirsty ass episode, you can head over to patreon.com/BUTWHYTHO, where me and Nisha have a 10 to 15 minute show where all we do is talk about the smut that we read. I believe the current episodes on the docket do in fact include a wolfman and a vampire story. So y'all should check that out, and it's only $1. So spend $1, support a website that is doing great things, and yeah, you can find me at OMMithrandir on Twitter.
And you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nisha Plays. Also, another thing that you guys might like if you enjoyed this episode is our new merch. We have merch. One that comes to mind that is my favorite that Kate designed is Tall, Broad, and Evil.
Yes, it is just a shirt that says Tall, Broad, and Evil on it.
Yes.
Many colors. You can get it in a hoodie, you can get it in a crew neck, you can get it in a sticker.
Yes. And also Manga Trash, which is a very colorful and cute shirt that wait, sorry, Kate. Now you explain Manga Trash and your other one that you designed.
Yeah, so there's another shirt that just says Manga Trash in pink and yellow letters because we're all trash here. It's fine. Embrace it. Join us. Brand yourself. And then there is another one that says all manga all the time, but mostly yaoi, because that's how I exited one of the shows when I told people to follow me on Instagram.
Perfection.
I'm buying so much of y'all's merch. Like,
yes.
like just you wait. You're gonna get an order and it's gonna have my name and everything, and you're gonna know it's me. And I'm not even joking. Like, I wish I was joking because I do have a problem. But
you're supporting women of color led podcasts and a community. See, y'all be like her. Be
giving back. I stay giving back. Listen, I love gassing people up. So
love it. Love to see it. But with that, it is time to say goodbye. So where do y'all fall on Ty's fuckable monsters scale? Do you have a favorite sexy monster from a manga or an anime? And Will y'all go and read any of the smutty things we suggested today? Find out next time on Did You Have To? Bye!
Did You Have To is co-produced by Kate Sanchez and Lanisha Campbell. Our intro is done by Dr. Emery Stephen Daniel. And our outro and intro music is by Benjamin Tissot, aka Ben Sound.